Hey, Royal Family, how's it going? This is Andrew with LFG, and this is a very impromptu video today. As a matter of fact, I'm literally just casually playing Raid Shadow Legends here and just trying to enjoy myself. Nothing major. So the kind of recording more for the commentary, not necessarily the video itself. Although if you enjoy Raid, sure to check me out. My handle is Savior's Hand, and that's my handle in pretty much everything. Saviors, Saviors, plural, hand, Hand. Usually all one word, sometimes two. Very rarely does anyone ever take it from me, so that's not a thing. But yeah, no, I haven't made a mini video here in a little while that isn't just cut from existing footage. So figured I'd make one, and also just because I'm having kind of one of those days where I feel like I have something to talk about, something kind of, I don't know if it's profound or what, but just something to kind of relate to the community, and just kind of talk about my own experiences. I've had, a rough couple of months, and, I've talked a lot about it on the channel. Things like, you know, near eviction. I've had, got some goobers in my eye. This is about as live as it gets, even though it's going to be going up as a recorded video. Um, I've had near eviction. I've had, goodness, I nearly lost the internet, so I couldn't even do videos because I couldn't afford the bill. All sorts of stuff. Lots of craziness. But the truth is, it's just one of those things where, I've done my best to, to stick through it, to handle things one way or another, whether it be find methods of taking care of it. I won't go into all the details. I guess that's not too important. But I don't know. I've been having strange feelings the past month, or probably more like the past few weeks, but in particular the past like week and a half, where it just kind of felt different about not just my experience on YouTube, but just my experience about life in general, and it's really been really powerful. I don't know how to describe it. It just sort of came out of the middle of nowhere, but I feel as if though I my relationship, to get down to it, my relationship with YouTube, being trying to be successful with it, doing my best to be successful with it, that is, as well as just my attitude towards life has sort of changed. And I don't know if it's because I was recently diabetic and I've had medication changes or what, but because high sugars, low sugars can affect things, but it's been a positive thing. Strangely enough, I feel inspired. I feel encouraged. I feel good. Probably one of the best things, and I'll link it in the comments, is or maybe just in the description, is I just feel like this sense of, as long as I push hard enough, things will happen in life. Whether it be, um, YouTube works out and I'm able to, everyone's able to come see my videos, it grows, or um, whether it's my own personal health, little things like it's not a huge improvement, but instead of drinking something soda-y, I'm drinking this mandarin orange, sugar-free. You can see there, it's just a little bit of calories just in the whole bottle. There's like 10. That's like not even a bite of a strawberry, but just little things. And it seems small. And if you were to just casually observe me, you'd probably think, "Gosh, nothing's going on." But I don't know what it is. I just feel this sense of where I'm not as feeling the worry of failure as much as in the past. Like I'm always worried about failing because I've failed so many times, whether it be like my I don't know, whether it be like my situation didn't work out, my health turned for the worse. I got the spinal problem where my spinal cord was crushed, that sort of thing. It makes walking and everything from walking to using the bathroom is difficult now. Maybe it's TMI, but I tell everyone everything that comes, so that way there's none of that pretensive, you get it. So, um, I don't know. I feel different, and it's a strange feeling. I also feel more like that my goals are achievable as opposed to impossible, like maybe in the past. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm both farming quick cash silver by doing this campaign mission, as well as it's a gotcha game, so But I'm also trying to level up that Death Hound. I want to use him as just kind of a quick guy against the Magic Keep. You'd have to play the game to know. But yeah, just more little things like, in the past it was difficult just to get up and take care of the dishes, or to get up and do laundry, or to whatever, get up and make a video. And I feel more inspired to do these things, and I'm actually achieving them more often. It's kind of strange, and not to the point where I'm a regular person with regular abilities. Some of those are just out of the window forever, but again, I don't feel too strange about that either. It's so weird. Like, I'm not going to say I feel happy, and I'm not going to say it's a sense of content, but it's almost like content, because the truth is, you don't want to be happy all the time. After a while, you'll get miserable. And you don't want to be genuinely miserable all the time, because the body can only take so much of that. The mind can only take so much of that. And it's more of a difference of, like, I'm not in a state of depression for once. I don't feel that. And I feel terrible because I don't know how to express it. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of just popping out for a moment. I'm just pretending that you guys really aren't there, even though you are. Um, Partly because it helps me to disassociate, but partly because it's like it allows me to maybe confer how I feel. Maybe other people feel kind of odd about it, in their own lives. But anyways, I just feel like I'm working towards something, that I'm actually going to not just see a difference in my life, but even if I can't help but feel as if though I can't help but get some sort of change in my life by consistently doing different things, by even just something as simple, like, for example, most people think to themselves, oh, well, if I can only do this, or I only do that every day, then, I'll have, like, this is the way my life will be, but it'll be constantly in flux because new things. When in reality, when we think about it, it's more of your day remains almost exactly the same unless you do something different yourself. Rarely do we ever think of it as anything beyond that. Maybe you might have something like, today I went to the grocery store and along the way I saw a woman selling puppies, so there might be something like that. But in reality, it essentially stays the same, and there really is some adage to the truth of, or some truth to the adage rather, that if nothing changes, nothing becomes different, or similar to the whole, um, you know, you're stupid if you keep making the same sort of choices. But anyways, what it really boils down to is, it's just, I can't help but feel a sense of difference, and there's a sense of timidness describing it, like telling people, not just the camera, but even admitting it to myself, because it sounds so pretentious, so what I would call hippie sense. I'm not trying to insult hippies. It's just I have to have an association somewhere, and everyone recognizes that word. So um, it just pretentious. If anything, it just sounds, oh yeah, he's and maybe it's like a midlife crisis thing. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm only 36, almost 37, but that's not that crazy. But it is one of those things where it's just, I don't know. I feel good, and I almost feel bad for feeling good, because one, I never really feel good normally, and two, it's like, if others aren't feeling good, I don't want to ruin their day with my happiness, if that makes any sense. Because sometimes there's nothing worse than, like, someone just being like, ooh, look at how awesome things are for me, when they're not feeling well. And that's not me, like, pointing fingers at anybody that I know. It's just, you know, and I don't know how to feel about the whole process in general. So it's just, I don't know. I guess really this is kind of a rant, but it's just, I feel surprisingly good. Like, if you're not a religious person, go ahead and you can ignore what I'm saying, or you can check off if you're even still watching this video. It's like 9 minutes long. But I don't know. It's just, when I was younger, I was never a religious person. I'm doing multiple things at once. If you know what I'm doing, great. If not, don't worry about it. This is just, again, footage in the background. But when I was, like I said, when I was younger, I was not anybody when it came to like, I didn't really do anything religious. I wasn't. And then as older, things have happened to me, and I've seen differences in life that make me think that there is a God. And I am technically a member. This is probably what's going to get a lot of people to, be like, oh, who's this guy? I'm not going to follow this guy, or it's going to make you unsub, but whatever. Again, it's all about truthfulness. I am technically a member of the LDS Church, what a lot of people call the Mormons, Latter-day Saints or what have you. And for a long time, I really didn't believe in it. And there are many differences I still have with the faith. And I call it the faith because I'm a member, but there's a specific way that, you kind of practice. And I don't always practice that way. But I will admit that as I get older, there's a sense of and I'm not talking about the theatrics, the underwear that everyone always hears about. And gosh, the polygamy thing is such a joke at this point. The LDS community, the normal LDS community that has been this way for over 100 years, has not practiced polygamy. Period. There is a very small sect in the region of Arizona, Utah, and parts of Colorado, and a few other scattered places that are what's called LDS. F is in Frank LDS. They are not representative of the LDS Church. And yes, they do practice polygamy, but they're also a lot different. I'm not going to call them a cult because I don't believe that, but they're not the same. And they also agree that we're not the same. So, I don't have 7 wives. I never will. One is enough. One person enough is to love. But anyways, as I get older, I realize that, I get closer and closer to the concept that I don't believe it's all just dust and, we expire. I don't believe it's also just the transfer of energy in a standard kind of manner either, where it's just your energy transfers from a state to an energetic state, or from an energetic state into, the scientific version of it, where basically transferring energy and matter, which of course matter is just a state of energy. But I believe that both of those can completely coexist. I really do believe that you can have all of the laws of the universe, everything in terms of natural selection, everything in terms of, cancer in babies, or disease and weird worms and things, and people getting killed and everything, and yet there still be a God. And that's a long topic, probably way too much for a video like this. But absolutely, that's possible. And especially because if you start thinking about it, a lot of our human problems are really just that. They're caused by us. But I'm very much digressing when you think about it. What I'm really just trying to get to is that I've had that feeling like whatever you want to call God, whether it be a physical entity, whether it be an energetic vibration, whether it be a heavenly father, like they say in the LDS religion, or whether it be whatever. If you think it's a combination of different things, like the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, and God all in one, or whether you think they're split, or whether you think anything of that kind of stuff. However you interpret God, personally for you, and I think there's many ways that you can interpret that feeling. I just feel closer lately. I don't know how to describe it. I just feel closer. I don't know. And I really haven't talked with this to anyone yet, and I apologize if anyone feels like they're being left out in my personal life that's watching this. I don't know how to come about it, so it's just kind of coming out, and I knew I needed to make a video for today. So, let's go with this one, the usual. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing here. Where is it? I guess it's not important. Anyways, let's go back to the topic at hand. So, I've just been feeling closer to that feeling lately, like the need to be energetic and moving, and not just like constantly doing something, but just having a joy of a goal. That there's a back in 2018, I think, or 2019, I could be wrong. There was this inspirational speech where, say what you want about the man, I'll kind of defend it, but there's a lot to say about Arnold Schwarzenegger as a person. Oh, there we go. Like 5 people just clicked off. But no, seriously. At the very least, he's a professional bodybuilder that has done really well, that worked his way out of things. Yeah, he had good genetics, but he busted ass. And if you've watched anything about it, sincerely paid attention, you'll notice that. Oh wow, I got my butt handled to me. You'll notice that that's one of those things where. He didn't have it easy. There's a lot going on, and it kind of talks about, even someone like himself who's been doing things for a long time. I'm going to pause it real quick. And I'm back. Actually, my wife came in and she wanted to talk for a minute, and I made dinner. You can see the flour in my shirt. I'm going to swap it out in a minute. I made some sausage and gravy biscuits, and it's a lot of food, but I really haven't eaten anything all day. I'm quite hungry. I went grocery shopping, cleaned up the kitchen, did other stuff, but I need. But I wanted to finish this video first. Yeah, so I've just been feeling that particular way recently, and honestly, I wanted to know kind of how you guys are when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, do you feel like you've come across something that's almost like an epiphany, or a feeling that makes you close to some sort of, you know, heavenly source or what have you, and yet you have a hard time discussing it with others, or you're not sure how to think about it or how to feel, because after all, you know, it's a bunch of malarkey, what a lot of people say. Or when you feel really good, but you're having a hard time telling others, or you want to express yourself and you want to talk about how good things are, but you don't want to come across as that like annoying Tony Robbins kind of guy. So yeah, I just wanted your guys' feedback. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but I'll definitely be keeping this up. I'm not giving up. I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. Hopefully not for the worst. But we love you guys, platonically, of course, but it's good to see people enjoying what I do, and I love having you guys around. It's kind of that love for your brother kind of thing. And I hope you continue to stay around. I really do. I hope we can grow on this together. We can watch you play games. We can talk. We can chat. We can, you know, expand and come together as just good people. You know, this is a place for, we'll set aside all the crap. We'll set aside all the things that split us apart and just have a great time. Anyways, again, this is Andrew with LFG. I hope you guys are doing well. Look out for your family. Let them know you love them every now and then. Don't neglect that. Take care.